Hi, it's Peter Toit from SoccerBeat, and this is the first of a series of hot off the press news you'll be getting from us going forward. As you know, I've got great connections within the football world, amongst players, agents, club owners, and guys who are informers of in the know. And right now, the hottest deal in town is the Oswin Appollis deal. What is happening with Oswin Appollis? Now, I can tell you categorically, absolute fact, right now, Oswin Appollis is available from Polokwane, and there are two clubs leading the race to sign Oswin Appollis. And right now, Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns are hot on the heels of Oswin Appollis. Now, what we're going to do, we'll break down the deal. What's the chance of it happening? Who's got more chance of signing the player? And where will the player fit in if he signs? So first of all, the bottom line is a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Right now, Polokwane's only hope is to sell him in the South African market. January is not a good time for overseas deals. So really the best time an overseas deal could happen next season, and you never know in football what will happen. Will he break a leg? Will he lose form? And so on and so forth. Right now, he's hot property in the South African market. And categorically, Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns are in talks with Polokwane, the player stroke agent, to sign him. Now, having talks is one thing. Signing the player is another thing. As we know, for a deal to work, it's got to be agent, player, and both clubs have got to agree. Now, in these kind of circumstances, normally Mamelodi Sundowns would have the upper hand. They've got more money. They've always been prepared to pay more than other clubs like Chiefs and Pirates, 4 players as well as 2 clubs. So if it's based purely on money, Sundowns have probably got the lead in this. However, the player may decide that he wants to play at Kaizer Chiefs rather than Mamelodi Sundowns. So the chances of a deal happening are very good. Who'll sign him? That's still in abeyance. And right now, I'm not telling you who's going to sign him. I'm saying the deal is probably going to happen, and probably going to happen in this window, and it's probably going to be between Chiefs and Pirates. Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns. Pirates, incidentally, are not in the race. They've got Mofokeng. They don't need Appollis. Now, where would Appollis fit in better? And that's an important question, because that also will tell you which club may well be more keen to sign the player than not. So it's not only about the money here, it's about it is about the money, but how much a club is prepared to go to sign the player. And if it's not vital for you, you may not go as high as your opposition. So let's look at, because this is a critical factor, how high will each club go? Obviously, Polokwane are holding out for the highest offer for themselves, and the player probably that as well, but may also be looking to see where he would fit in better as a player, play more games, and where he'll win more things, or more trophies. So let's look at, first of all, the requirements of Mamelodi Sundowns. First of all, yes, they have a big squad and a lot of attacking players. But this season, you can see already how they're playing. Under Rulani Mokoena, they were more narrow. They're certainly playing more wide. So last season, I would have said it's unlikely that they would be going for an Appollis. But this season, it's very definitely a player that they're looking. And wide left, where he cuts in. Right now, Ribeiro plays there, but he switches, and there's not much cover. Zwani's playing way more central now. So as an attacking, not an overlapping fullback, as an attacking out-and-out left-sided player who can cut in, Appollis fits that bill, and it is somebody they require right now. It would be the right signing for them. They need somebody to lift the squad. He would definitely lift the squad. Not only is he an outstanding footballer with a good football brain, with ability to go past players easily, he also sees a pass well, whether it's deep or short. He can play it short and he can play it long, but more importantly, he scores goals. He's also tough, he can handle kicks, and he's very good in tight areas. An outstanding player. He has come on phenomenally if you look at his history of SuperSport United, 5 games, no goals, Tuks 12 games, 2 goals, Pretoria Kelly's 28 games, 6 goals, but really not even a full season of games, 29 games, if you think about it, 6 goals at Polokwane. So he's he's only 23. He's got many, many years ahead of him. Whoever signed him could still sell him overseas. So going back to the Sundowns issue, he is definitely a player that they need, despite the size of their squad. He'll give them greater width. He'll bring them something different, a midfielder like Ribeiro, a midfielder who can go past players and score goals. However, I think he's a bit of as good a footballer Ribeiro is, and this is not knocking Ribeiro because I rate him very highly. Appollis reads the game exceptionally well. He can get the ball deep and play long balls into space. He can play it short. He's physical. He's strong. eye for goals. He'd been an outstanding signing for Sundowns. Now let's look at it from the Kaizer Chiefs perspective. Do Chiefs need somebody like Appollis? On the one hand, absolutely they need somebody like Appollis. He would revitalize the team. He's an outstanding player. He brings all the qualities I've just mentioned about him playing at Sundowns to Kaizer Chiefs. So without a doubt, he'd improve the side. However, what would that leave Ashley Dupree? Because Dupree, no doubt, is better off coming from wide than playing central, especially with his pace. Now, when you go to the modern day game, is your right footer plays left side, your left footer plays right side. And if you had Dupree playing wide right, which may be where Nabi will look to play him and to fit someone like Appollis in if he signs him, then he's playing almost as an out-and-out winger because he's cutting in onto his left foot, and that is not his favorite foot by any means. So, but he could do that because he could play almost inverted right side, and they'd still play the ball over the top, and him making forward runs almost in an inside forward position. But that's certainly not getting the best out of him. The best out of Dupree is wide left, kind of Vardy role at Leicester City, where you use your pace to come in. He's running onto goal, onto his right foot. But unfortunately, as we know, not the best finisher in the world. Whereas Appollis is without a doubt a better player to play it on the left-hand side. But the question, and they need him there, but the question would be, what do you do with Dupree? I can't see Chiefs letting him go because he's one of their biggest assets. Playing him down the middle, maybe, but he'd have to bring a lot more awareness into his game. Playing him slightly deeper down the middle and making those runs from deeper, possibly. But again, he'd have to bring different dimensions to his game. I'm not sure if he's that kind of player. So the concern is an absolute necessity at Kaizer Chiefs. He'd give them, I mean, I can see him and Sirino performing exceptionally well together. Some great outlets. It would be a fantastic signing, something Chiefs need. Would take them to another level. But where would you play Dupree? That would be the big question on that one. Now, who out of the will want to make this deal work? So if we summarize the facts that we've said right now, obviously, Polokwane are going to sell it to the highest bidder. But that doesn't mean the deal happens that way, because the player can say, no, I want to go to another club, and there's a stalemate. And believe me, if the player says, I want to go to Kaizer Chiefs, even if Sundowns make the highest offer, the deal doesn't happen. All parties have got to agree. So big question here, and this is something I can't tell you. I don't know. Only Oswin Appollis knows, who does he really want to play for. If it's a case of where I go with the biggest money, there's probably the chances are that deal will go Sundowns' way, because Sundowns can pay the higher transfer fee and they can pay the player more, and they do need somebody like him right now. Not only is he a good player, but they need something at that club to give their club a lift, an extra lift right now, and it would make them a formidable side, and he'll do very well in Africa. Chiefs, they've got to sit down with the player, and they've got to sell the dream of playing for Kaizer Chiefs to him. They've got to make certain their terms match or get close to the terms of Sundowns, where Chiefs could come in with a special deal here if they really want to do the deal, give a sell-on to Polokwane to try and match a higher offer from Sundowns, and give the player an incentive that if they do sell him, he will get a portion of that as well. So there's very many ways to structure a deal. So it's going to be how smart both clubs are in structuring this deal with Polokwane and with the player. Both sides need him. But bottom line, I can tell you without doubt, both clubs are in negotiations right now with Polokwane to sign Oswin Appollis. And I'm pretty certain that a deal will happen sooner rather than later. You'll get a lot more of this. We've got another big story hopefully coming tomorrow. Just double checking the facts. You've heard it here. Peter du Toit, SoccerBeat. See you soon.
To all our believers,
to the gunners of Kopona,
to our drivers and stalkers Arabs,
to the believers at the Brazen Head,
to Langa,
to Kwamashu,
I'm back.
we hear you.
Now hear us.
Siabonga.
Thank you.
Betway, the official global betting partner of Arsenal.
It's congratulations to our latest winner of the 3,000 Rand Adidas voucher. Congratulations, Kuselo Makanya, 7597. You can win like Kuselo too by entering our latest competition. Simply answer this easy question. Which Orlando Pirates player scored the late winner for Bafana Bafana against South Sudan? Which Orlando Pirates player scored the late winner for Bafana Bafana against South Sudan? Answer the question by commenting below. Only here on YouTube. Standard T's and C's apply. All the best and good luck. What's up?